Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Morning from Indonesia, and welcome to the online joint class under the topic of media, technology, and digital literacy. For about 2 hours ahead, we are going to hold the online joint class, a collaborative program between Telkom University and University Kuala Lumpur or UniKL, Malaysia. Yeah, my name is Astri Hidawati from the International Office of Telkom University, and I will be the chairperson for our event today. Let us extend our deepest gratitude and also appreciation for our presence today. And we'd like to also greet Dr. Adi Bayu Mahadian and Dr. Alila Pramianti as TelU lecturers from Telkom University, and also Dr. Mizan binti Nur from University Kuala Lumpur or UniKL Malaysia, and also to Ms. Indah Fajarwati as the manager of the International Office of Telkom University. Before we proceed to the main agenda, allow me to highlight the flow of this online joint class. The first session is the opening, which is currently ongoing, and then the second agenda will be about joining and participating the main agenda today, which is online joint class, media, technology, and digital literacy. The next agenda will be the forum of question and answer. And while the discussion is running, participants may leave questions in the chat box. We, however, will be discussing the questions later once the discussion and presentation have been over. And also, you may speak directly and ask questions to our speakers. Yeah, last but not least, there will be also a photo session and closing one. Okay, we also need to remind you all to mute your Zoom while you are listening to the presentation. And at the end of the meeting, remember to share your thoughts by filling out the feedback for this online joint class by clicking the feedback link later that will be shared through this online meeting application. All right, then, without further ado, let's move on to our next agenda and follow all the interactive online joint class between TelU and UniKL. So, yeah, please, the first speaker, please begin.
Okay, I think it's my session for the first, to talk about the new media, technology, and digital literacy. So I would like to say Assalamualaikum everyone, to the students and also to the panel of the Indonesia, Dr. Adi Mahdian, Dr. Alila Pramianti, and Madam Asri Hidawati. To all the students, selamat datang, good morning, and Assalamualaikum. So let's recite Bismillahirrahmanirrahim before we are continuing our topic today. Yeah. So I would like to share my screen now to the topic. Okay. As you can see here, the slide topic is about digital and media literacy, introduction to digital and media literacy. So it is also encompassing the technology that we are using today. If you see from the slides that we kind of telecommunication, include our camera, our iPod, our computer, laptop, and everything. Yeah. So without any further ado, I would like to go to the next slides. So it is to say that in this world today, we have to properly select because we are being bombarded, we are being advertised, we are being showcased with so many things over the line. Not only with the line, but also with the TV, which is already having all the smart gadget, smart TV and all that. So we have to know whether we want to love it, or we hate it. So these are the two things that we need to know. For example, what the thing that we should love, what are the things that we should taking care of, or we should learn, but what are the things that we should ignore or we put aside. It's either we hate that, to say that we hate certain thing that we do not want to open it, or we just put it aside and don't give it bother. So, for example, in today's reality world of digital, we have print over the line, which is to say that books and magazines are everywhere in the technology platform, journals, newspapers. Of course, when we are talking about journals, it's a medium of we want to study, we want to look for research, we want to find the document or the data, but we need to know which journal. For example, if you go to google.com, if you didn't type properly Google Scholar, you will come across with thousands of sites, which is the thousands of sites that you are looking is not just normal journal, but it included with too many kind of booklet, searching information, journals, which is non-related to the scholars or to the academician that you want to look for. So you need to know which key that you want to key in the Google search, like type properly the journal's name or the scholar. So it is also to say that visual also flooded our internet with movies, TV shows, social media applications, with so many TikToks, Reels, IG, FB, etc. Sometimes we are supposed to have a bit of social time, which means say we are working with our classes, we are tired with our assignments, we may have to have a rest. Penat, yeah, we say we are tired with the learning. We want to rest our mind, we want to go to the TikToks for a while, or we want to watch our Facebook to see the comments about what we uploaded. It's fine that we go for a while. We must control ourselves to look for this thing, what to see and what to not to see. Yeah. And then sound, we will come across with radio, recorded music, reels, TikToks, etc., which is we can incorporate with sounds, with musics. So what kind of music that we are selecting? For example, do we need to have like things that we do not, it's not healthy to ourselves, or maybe we need to only taking the sounds for our assignment to do. So we have to make sure we know where to get all this. Digital, social media, internet, and video games. I think this is so much, disturb your daily routine of studies, because you are always socialize yourself with net, where it's not necessary or it's not related to your learning. So you got to know which one that you love it, you want to take it for studies, or you hate it and you just ignore it for a while. Yeah. Okay, we have to bear in mind that when we are talking about digital literacy, we need to see this pyramid of the education that we are having right now is here, is at the lowest part of this pyramid. If you see here, teaching about media and technology that we are exposing ourselves. We expose ourselves every day with all this, yeah. So we as actually as active audience, we are the active audience because we every day, every time we are doing our teaching or our task daily with technology. So we gain interpretative, meaning we gain interpretative things like we have to have a lot of things that we need. For example, we want to go for searching for political issue, digital issue, or economical issue. So we will gain a lot of information during reading, during looking for the news. But actually, we need to have analysis skills. Yeah, when we go into information, when we look for information, we cannot put ourselves quickly to receive all the information as true, no. But we have to analyze the available information that we have, whether it is genuine or it is just fake news, stuff like that. So that is the reason why it says active audience. As active audience, like students, like teacher, like myself, I'm also considered as active audience. I need to have the analysis skills to know about certain news or responsible producer. So if we are producing using the internet, we are doing teaching, we need to be responsible user or responsible person to produce, to use and compose things that which is very legit, very responsible to give out to the students. We cannot simply provide the article or the things which is illegal, which is non-ethical to the student. Same goes to you. You must be responsible to yourself. Yeah, it says here. So when you go to the higher level of pyramid of digital education, you can see that teaching with media and technology using instructional tools. So it means that you are now not only the active audience, but you are also the teacher. Yeah, the teacher, because you are using the media and technology, you teach other people. Maybe whatever you learn from school, you are teaching your group of friends, or maybe you are sharing with friends and family. So this is the meaning of this second it says that besides you are to become a responsible person as audience, you also a person which is doing the sharing, which is doing the teaching with instructional tools. Like you have certain tools, you create, you construct, you compile, you come up with the slideshow, you share with the Canva or maybe the software to your classroom or your assignment and etc. So besides this, you are ultimately this is the top of the pyramid. So you are a person who is professional preparation to the real world outside there. It means now you are also pre-professional because you are a student, you are the people who is teaching many other people, but you are not a professional, but you have the chance to become a professional day. So you must follow according to the real rules and regulation provided by the ethical, and you have to know which is not ethical to share a professional when you are working in the future. Okay. The next slide we see about the protectionist empowerment dialectic. So it says that the audiences of mass media as vulnerable to cultural, ideological, or moral influences and needing protection by means of education. It means we are the audience in mass media. We are the audience to see everything inside the net, anything we want. So we will face with too many things that we are speechless. Speechless. We are vulnerable to cultural, to so many races, cultural, country, people, ideology, philosophy, or moral influences. We do not know how in a certain country their moral or their attitude, but we are learning. Yeah, we are learning from each other and needing protection. Actually, we not besides we are learning many other people, we have to have always protect our nation, ourselves, our family by the meaning of education. It means that when we are learning, we are supposed to equip ourselves with good attitude, with good philosophical, with understanding of others, uh, various cultural background from many other countries. So the media arts education approach focuses on creative production of different media forms by learner. So when we say media and technology, we are dealing with educational of approach, many approaches, which is we have to choose which one that we want to focus. Either we go focusing on the creativity, production of our own work, or maybe we want to have collaboration with different kind of other approaches from many other people by other people in the net as learners. Yeah. So if we see these circles, we can see that rational are intertwining or collaboration with emotional. If you see the slides, yeah, the slide shows how the emotional part of this. I don't know how to make this slide go to the left because this slide has overlap with this. Let me see. Oh yeah, I can move. Yeah, I move this because it overlap my slide. Okay, I put here. Okay, if you see this circle, you can see that rational are overlapping with emotional. So the overlapping part is wise. Yeah, it says it wise. So when we see these circles, we are to understand about how we react. Yeah, how we react over the mass media that we are dealing with. For example, we have to have the rational feeling, the rational of ourselves on decisions. When we study or when we read, we have to have decision based on what makes intellectual sense. Meaning we sense the reading or we are sensing the knowledge by our intellectual sense. Yeah. And emotional, which means whatever reading or whatever discussion that we face over the net, we have to have decision based on what we feel. Yeah. Because why do we say feels? Because we are attaching ourselves emotionally. Yeah. When we see for example, when we see any issues over the net, we are feeling good or we are feeling sad. Yeah. We are feeling bad or we are feeling happy, right? Because we feel, yeah. But if we are talking about intellectual sense, it means whatever knowledge that we receive and we understand. Okay, so it is advised for us to use here, yeah, to use this wise key. Wise means striking a balance between rational and emotional minds. So it says that whatever feeling that you have come out with when you are dealing with the internet or reading or learning over the technology, you need to have balance, a balance between rational and emotional mind. Which is to say, in another word, you do not have to be too much. Yeah, jangan keterlaluan. Yeah, try to balance up yourself. Yeah, between rational and emotional minds. You have to try to make yourself easy. Yeah, not too much. Think logically and focus on facts. When you are reading, when you are dealing with technology, when you are learning, when you are networking, or when you are doing businesses, socializing, you have to think logically. You must have the sense of thinking logic. What is correct and what is not correct? What is right, what is not right? And you must focus on facts. It says that when you are learning with technology, you have to base on facts. Please don't disturb your mind with unnecessary, um, what do you call the emotional stuff, which is can make you dreaming. Not too much, but you must have logical things, logic, yeah, think logic and things and focus on emotion. If you see from emotional side, you can see that things and focuses on emotion. Because you have to remember, emotional means emosi, tau, emosi. But rational means you are thinking logic. So when you have this emosi, when you have this emotional, you will have the sense of feeling sad or feeling disturbed. Yeah, your mental side. So what is advice to you is to living mindfully. What is the meaning living mindfully? It means you have to live dalam keadaan bijak. Yeah, mindfully means bijak. So you live mindfully. You think properly about logic. You focus on facts, and you are not being too much of emotion. Okay. Compares current experiences to past experiences. So when you are thinking rational, you have to compare whatever experiences you encountered in the internet. Compare what is the current experiences that you are facing to the past experiences. If you compare with your old experiences or current experiences, you try to see which one is the best for you. But when you are thinking emotional, you are actually reactive, yeah, or defensive. Emotional means either you are too much excited and you become energized and you reactive, redo or rethinking or excited over certain thing, or you are defensive, meaning you defend yourself. You do not want to cooperate or you feel offense and you try to stand aside. This is under emotional feeling. So it is advised to you to be in the middle, which is honoring and nurturing emotional mind while trying to act rationally. Apa maksudnya? It means you have to honor whatever things that you learn. Honor means kita syukur lah, syukur. Ya? Whatever things that you have already passed, experience, or you are coming out with a new experience, you see new things, like current, like now, I mean, these few days, or even it's already a month, you keep on seeing about Palestinians, how cruel the human can be, yeah, like Chinese, Palestinian bombing and all that. History, maybe the Al-Quran about the history of Jews and Muslim. So you need to understand about the history, religion, and you try to compare with the what is the world, the United Nations has been doing, has been advising to the Israelis. And you do not have to be too much of suffer, yeah? When you see emotionally, yes, you probably will feel sad with the tragedies happen in Palestine, but you have to honor, you have to be shukr with the things that you are living right now, and whatever things that you can see. You imagine without the technology, without the internet, you cannot see all this. You cannot witness how cruel the Zionist is and how suffer the Palestinian is. So you have to be balancedly honoring and nurturing your emotion. Yeah, balance. Try to think wisely. Uh, mind while trying to act rationally. Don't be too much of sad, but trying to understand, trying to think wisely about what happened. Okay. Suppresses or ignores emotion. You know, sometimes you ignore totally emotion. Sometimes you suppress. Yeah, you are like you do not bother, things like that. When it is also not okay, but often opposed to rational mind. Sometimes you oppose to whatever rational mind, you are like ignore totally. You also cannot do that way. You have to like balance out these two. Yeah, you have to have rational, you have to have emotional. All right. Okay, let's see the next slide. So it says that technology, media have allowed us to have new texts. Yeah, we come across with many kind of new words over the nets, right? Over the internet, we learn many things. And besides that, we are learning with tools, technology that we come across, yeah, from month to month, from year to year. We are leveraging ourselves with new technology, new platform, new version, a new system. Yeah, so we have to know which one is the right one for us to use. Please do not feel like I do not, how am I going supposed to see, to have, like, do I need to buy a new phone, or do I need to buy this, do I need to get this? No, it doesn't mean that way. You just carry on with the simple life. Just carry on with your learning, carry on with your family. To have the phone, yes, you have to have the phone, of course. Maybe you need to call. Maybe you need to put the alarm clock. Or maybe you need to have the attendance, yeah, QR code for attendance, to listen to the online teaching. You have to select, yeah, which tools that you need to learn. And when you don't have a class, you must get yourself rest. You must have your own time. Do not force yourself to go learn into new tools, which it is not necessary. Jika tak perlu belajar, tak perlu cari. Tapi jika perlu, when you are asked by the teacher, by the lecturer to learn, then you have to learn. Yeah, you have to learn something when you are asked. Yeah, I believe you are young, you are generation of Z, you are always fast in learning new tools, new texts. You are faster than me because you are the generation of Z. But you must limit yourself. Live in this world with technology, with tools, but you have to have your normal life. You have to sleep, you have to wake up, you have to have food, you have to have family, yeah, things like that. Okay, let's have the next slide. At the same time, it asks us to understand which one to ignore or which one to engage. Yeah. So which one? Which one that you need to ignore? You give me some examples? Can you give me some examples? Like, do I need to cry every day because of Palestinian? No, you have to ignore. You have to understand that you are living in this world. You need to study. You need to become a good student. You need to put yourself to achieve your goal. So sometimes you do not have to ignore things that not related to you. But yes, of course, you can do some collection. Probably you do some donation with many other people, with teacher, with family, but not by yourself. You have to know where is the limit of yourself. You are too small. You are too small to put yourself too much. So you just have to relax and you know which one to ignore. Like celebrity issues, you have to ignore. Yeah. Why do you need to know so much of their issues? It got nothing to do with you. Ya, tidak ada gunanya. Tidak ada apa faedahnya untuk mengetahui selebriti. Okay, tell me how about divorce issues between celebrities. Do you need to know about them? No, you do not have to know about their celebrity issues, divorce, court cases. It's not your problem. Your things to get done is to learn to become a good person, just to get know, but not too much. Yeah. So you want to know, like you want to engage. Yes, you have to engage with certain things. Like you need to know what is the situation right now, what is happening in the world right now, what is happening to our economy, what is happening to the weather. The weather is hot, so you need to protect your family, how to make sure your home is safe, things like that. Yeah, that is, you need to engage with many people around the world, socialize yourself to get more information, things like that, which is good for you to engage. So you need to expand, yeah, expand the concept of literacy. So it asks us to expand whatever we can with digital education, print literacy, visual literacy, information, etc. So many literacy over here. But you can see like literacy means education. So whatever we understand from the net, like the Palestinian issue, the economical issue, the rise of um, uh, goods, the rise of money, the currency issues, the weather, we need to expand, we need to share with many other family members, many other friends, many other networking. Okay, it says that expand, trying to share with whatever we can. Okay, one expensive conceptualization to unite them all, which is we are talking about how to unite them all. Because when we are talking about internet, we are actually in one. We are one. Yeah, it says something like one for the world. Because we have to have harmony in living. So we have to have these key concepts, which is there are 5 concepts of to unite them all. Okay, number 1, people interpret messages differently. So in 5 concepts, you must understand that each of us will interpret messages differently. Yeah. If I'm talking about, I understand a, a WhatsApp sent from someone to me may not be the same as someone else when reading it, because our interpretation, our cognitive perception is different from one another. It was created in such a way. So our brain is not the same as others. So we must understand that message sometimes lead us to misunderstanding. Okay. Number 2, messages use different codes and convention. So we have to understand that messages uses different codes. Like media codes, we have technical code, written codes, symbolic codes. This is for media codes. Like, what is the meaning or what is the coding to go to deal with technical codes? What are the written codes available for the text or typography or graphics? What are the symbolic codes such as acting, setting, mise-en-scene, color, visual composition? So it means that there are so many kind of coding over the net. So we have to have understanding of all this in order for us to be able to know which one to deal with. Yeah. Okay. Messages are representation. So messages also sometimes is representation of any agenda by the sender. So we need to understand also when we send messages, sometimes it was not written or sometimes it was not shared as what we meant, but it can be manipulated. It can be misunderstood. It can be changed. So whatever things that we have in mind, it doesn't mean that it goes the same understanding to many other people, because messages are only a representation. Messages have economic and political power. So what we have to realize, sometimes messages having a lot of agenda. The agenda could be for economical or could be for political agenda. So, for example, whatever messages that we are forwarding or we are viraling, it may contain political agenda behind it. So we must also consider whether these messages that we are receiving is wise to be ignored or wise to be engaged. So we can help ourselves by understanding the agenda of political and economical to avoid many other issues can be done upon our messages we send. Messages influence our attitude and behaviors. Remember, whatever messages that we receive sometimes affect our rational mind and also our emotional mind. So we have to know that it can change our expression, our attitude. Sometimes it gives us the feelings of sad. Sometimes it gives behavior of happiness, happy. Sometimes it will lead to devil or evil thought. Sometimes it will lead to kind. So watch out for all this. Yeah. So how to unite? The 5 concept to unite is we need to follow the learning process. So what are the learning process that we are talking about? Yeah. Actually, the learning process is for us to hold it, to practice it in order for us to be together with many other net generation, netizen in the net. Okay, the key concepts are here. Okay, the learning process, the digital and media literacy of 5 things to remember are number 1, which is we need to assess carefully. What is the meaning of assess? We go and understand. We analyze, we look for the information, or we are open up our mind to receive on certain news. We assess. Yeah, we go to it. And number 2, we have to analyze all the information that we receive. Analyze further means go deeper. Like, what is the issue? Why it was done in such a way? Who are they? So where you have to like asking yourself or asking the class or with the students of yours to look for things to analyze. I would like to show you a few slides which I can show some example. Okay, for example, you have mental illness, yeah. For example, this is the exercise assignment that I have done with my student. So maybe about mental illness. This is an issue that has been disturbing us with the new generation. Today, many young people having this problem. Yeah, mental illness. So the issue is universal. Every country have this issue. Yeah. So we must assess what is mental illness first. Yeah. Go to assess about it. Okay, for example, you look for the definition of mental illness. Deeper, mental illness or behavior or combination of these. So you must understand first. From this picture, you can see anxiety, addiction, schizophrenia, PTSD, mental disorder, ADHD, depression, yeah, anxiety, etc. So you go further, type of mental illness, you go further, you explain further each of the mental illness. Yeah. So it means you are assessing all this. Mencari informasi yang tepat. Yeah, sign of mental illness, feeling anxious, feeling depressed. Then you analyze. Yeah, analyze means you go deeper. What caused mental illness? Yeah. What cause mental health problem? What are the things? Why does it rise in certain country? It is to say that you go deeper to analyze the problem. Okay. You have the chart, the graph to show the data about mental illness. How about in your own country, in Malaysia or in Indonesia? Things like that. When you say compose, you are looking into what are the things has been done. You can compose like you come up with a poster to help. It's okay to ask for help. Or you look for a short movie in the YouTube, short clip video about mental illness. You share with people who has illness. Or you share in the class. Yeah, you go, you look for songs. There are songs, there are illness reflect to your family or to yourself or to your school or to your country. Reflecting on Mental Health Awareness Month. Reflect about depression you as adults before and during COVID. So you reflect to your country. Yeah, maybe reflect before COVID in Indonesia or before COVID in Malaysia. How about post-COVID in Malaysia and Indonesia? Yeah, go deeper. What are the Malaysian Mental Health Association doing with this? The NGOs. Or look for information or steps to prevent mental health problem. Look for mental health app, which can be incorporated into our daily life. And then you go for the fifth keys, which is act. So upon all that, upon assess, upon analyze, compose, reflect, you must act. You must practice mental fitness. How to practice mental fitness? There are ways. How to eat healthy, how to sleep healthy, sleep well, how to behave well. Yeah, mental health event, talk about it, discuss about the problem, how to solve it, how to help. You are doing the campaign. You help the government or you help your society, your community about your school, about mental illness. So I have to go back to my slide. So these are the things that I was just sharing with you just now. These are the processes to unite us all. Because by following this process, we are safe. We are not disrupting other people. We are doing things which is good to everyone. Okay. I've done the discussion just now. So there are few things like you have to look into when you are doing the assessing. You make comprehend and make sense of all sorts of text, use technology, gather information. Yeah. When you analyze, you ask good questions, you evaluate the quality and value of messages, explore context in meaningful way. So when you do the assignment, you develop an argument by comparing between your team members, between the class, discuss with your lecturers about the issue. Use multiple modes of expression, like how do you want to express it? Maybe you want to sing a song. You are helping the people combat to fight for mental illness. Maybe you create a song. So you are using one kind of mode, which is your unique kind. You come up with a song. Reach authentic audience. You go to the mental institution or mental sickness students, maybe to help them, to give a story to them. Yeah, many other ways help. Manipulate content and try to come out with good content to help the purpose of fighting the mental illness. So compose a media message for a specific audience using image, language, and sound. Maybe you can come up, reflect, activate the perspective thinking, predict consequences, and use hypothetical reasoning. Examine issues of power and responsibilities. Like I said, you have to have a discussion over the matter, and then to predict that if you not, you happen, and then you examine